How's it going, guys? Welcome back to a new video. So we actually ended the month off with an A plus PO3 setup, which I'm going to explain in this video. Another addition you can add to your PO3 setup to make it that much more high probability. You know, when you're ranking your setups all the way from A plus to C plus, this is definitely going to be on the top of that list. And we actually passed another funded account in literally just one trade, which I'll go ahead and show you guys right here.
Bro,
and once
yeah.
we take a
Low
look at
key, the
that, we
earnings
can
were
actually
fucking crazy,
hop onto the
but give me my
charts.
setup,
But
so I'm like,
this is
fuck
pretty
it.
much just a recording from my live session. Ended up hitting my limit order and passing that
facts.
250K account in literally just one trade. So
At
that
10:30,
kind of goes to
I
show
got-
exactly
I don't think I
how
have anything to
powerful
do at 10:30,
this
bro. I
setup
got
can
a
be.
call at like
You
9:30,
won't
but
see it very often, but when you do see it, you definitely need to be ready to take that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop on the charts here, guys, and take a look at the setup we got. So we are a little zoomed in here. Let me just make this smaller so you guys can actually see it okay. Let's go here. That should be good for you. All right, let's get into it. So first thing I want to do is kind of just break down the entire bias of this trade, because there kind of was a lot that went into it, but you guys will see later on what this specific entry concept I'm talking about is. But let's kind of go ahead and literally just start on the weekly time frame. So it is a little messy here, but as you guys can see, I have talked about this gap all month. We were hoping to inverse this, but as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 knocks at it. And usually the more you knock at a door, the more likely you're going to push through. But once we get that candle closing bearish, guys, with 2 big strong wicks, that means we're probably going to reject the next week. And we took out that previous week's high and targeted the previous week's low actually today. As you can also see, this is also pretty important, which you guys may not know about, but when you have a little bit of a volume imbalance in between a day's close and a day's open, it looks like the candle is almost detached, just as you can kind of see here. Obviously this one wasn't, but they usually signify, a high volume day. Also, today we had Microsoft and Meta earnings, which I believe they both hit on EPS, but I think they missed on earnings. SMCI, also a big mover in the market. So again, that's kind of just another thing, guys, like pay attention to the other things. Don't just do technical analysis, like read into companies' financials, like who actually makes up the NASDAQ, that stuff. That's going to give you a way better understanding of bias. So we definitely had some macro impact on our bias today, but I also kind of just want to break down what happened directly at market open today, which was also a big reason we were able to catch short. So we can kind of see we got this pretty big retracement and started to push back up. We inversed a couple gaps, but directly at market open, this hour closed, inversed everything. So we could clearly see we're in a high time frame market maker sell model. So we don't want to be trading literally any sort of reversal back to the upside. But with that being said, I do want to go on bar replay and kind of break this down for you guys start to finish so you can actually see what I'm talking about right here put into work. So let's look at this as we were trading it live. Okay, so right there, 10 a.m. is about to open, like right here. Put this in 3 times speed. Okay, obviously we're bearish. We do start consolidating. Okay, great. Now this candle opens. Now I mentioned a lot of people are probably going to short right here because they just think it's breaking out of the range and this was the manipulation. But I wanted something to happen. And as you guys know, I'll probably make another video about this, back testing it, but that first 15-minute gap formed, the most recent, the closest 15-minute fair value gap formed after this 10 a.m. candle opens is going to be very high probability. So that is ultimately what we were waiting for. We were waiting for that 15-minute gap to open And hopefully we were looking to just stay in this range before that happened. And luckily we did end up doing that. We ended up staying in the range. I also mentioned like some people are probably going to take this bearish CISD and likely get stopped out. Again, that entry is not for me. But as you can see, what happens here, we get that 15-minute gap opening, and as you can see, we eventually tap into it. But let's just go ahead and mark that out right here. That is the start of the 15-minute gap. Now we also have our accumulation high right there. So I'm going to mark that out, and we can kind of move this right here. So accumulation high right here, 15-minute gap. We at least want it tapped into the 15-minute gap. Okay, we tapped in the 15-minute. Now I'm also going to just mark out this accumulation high just to make sure here. And as you can see, we did end up wicking just above it here on NQ. So we took out that accumulation high. So our manipulation ended up being valid. I know it's not a, massive wick, but we did end up taking that out on NQ and MNQ. But here is what I'm talking about, guys. When you get an SMT with the manipulation of this 10 a.m. PO3, so we had a high and then a higher high because it swept. Oh, sorry. We had a high and a higher high because it swept. Let's take a look at ES. Boom. ES not even close, and ES is rejecting. So an SMT on the low time frame is extremely, extremely strong if it is part of that 4-hour PO3. So if the manipulation ends up creating an SMT, that is the strong SMT you want to be looking for. You don't want to be looking for random ones here, 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 here. You want it to be that manipulation you're looking for. So again, that just added on to the A+. And also, I mean, guys, today was textbook. Like, what did we get right here? A bullish fair value gap that provided us a good risk to reward. So as you can see, we manipulated, we kind of move around for a little bit, boom, inverse. Shorting that, we can see ES. ES also just inversed its gap. So we know both are headed to the downside. So we short that, our stop is going to be at the wick, and we can target that previous week's low that I mentioned, which is right here. And then we had some runner targets down here, and we did let this run until the account was fully passed, and we secured a decent amount on our PA accounts and our individuals today. Everyone in the server was eating real good today. So yeah, I kind of just wanted to make this video for you guys to really tell you that if you're looking for SMTs and looking for, which SMT should I take, which ones are strong, which ones are weak, a strong SMT is going to be that manipulation in the PO3. So that's just a little secret sauce for you guys. Obviously, most of you that are watching this probably know already that I live trade every single day, but like I mentioned earlier in this video, I do live trade every single day. We live traded this specific entry the entire month of October. I was live. We passed literally over 3 million in funding from members only this month alone. Now, if you add me on there, it's significantly more, but tons of big payouts. I saw someone took $1,000 today on their live account, which was big props to them, scaling a small account. But yeah, if you guys do want to watch me live trade, then all you have to do is go to the first link in the bio. Also, my entire course is in there, and you guys, if you click the first link in the bio, you'll get a 7-day free trial. So you can literally take my entire strategy for free, watch me live trade for an entire week, all for free, guys. I want to teach as many people to become profitable as possible, and I truly do believe PO3 is the easiest way to do so. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you gained some good value out of this, and again, go to the first link in the bio, and I will see you guys all there. Thanks.